Welcome, 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 welcome. It's a beautiful spring day. Sun is shining. I would say the birds are singing, but they've all kind of hunkered down because it is windy here today. Very windy. We had some storms last night, came through, but it's windy here today. Before I get started on my recipe, I want to ask you all if you can do a couple things for me. One, give me a thumbs up on my videos. Share my videos to your social media, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, your YouTube channel, Twitter, whatever. Share me out there so other people can see me. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. The ones that have, thank you, thank you, thank you. And watch all the way to the end. And leave me some comments. See anything that needs to be improved on? See anything that you like that I do? Whatever. Leave me some comments. Talk to me. So with all that out of the way, let's get started. We're going to make dinner rolls. And I know in a previous video, I commented that you could make rolls out of my white bread recipe, and you can. This one's different. I'm putting an egg in this, and we're using milk instead of water. It's a little different recipe. So let's get started. This recipe calls for instant yeast. I don't have instant yeast. So I'm going to have to proof my yeast. And I'm going to do that in this bowl right here because this is the one I'm going to put on the mixer, the clear one. And this is milk. This is 1 1/4 cups of milk. I actually have, and I warmed it up a little bit in the microwave. You don't want it hot because it will kill your yeast. I warmed it up in the microwave. You don't want it hot. I said that because it will kill your yeast. I used a cup of whipping cream and 1/2 cup of 2% milk, or 1/4 cup of 2% milk. You can use all whole milk, all 2%, all skim, whatever, but the more fat it is, the softer your bread's going to be. Just keep that in mind. Okay, and to that, I'm going to add 1 1/2 tablespoons, and this is 1/2 tablespoon, so I need 3 of yeast because I need this yeast to come to life for me. So I'm putting it in my milk right there, and it will come alive and start to bubble here in just a little bit. So I'm going to set this to the side. And let it do its thing. Now then, we need to mix the flour, and I'm going to put it here in this bowl. Turn y'all down just a little bit. There you go. You can see just a little bit better now. It calls for 4 1/2 cups of flour. And it's all-purpose flour, just all-purpose flour. No, nothing in it, just all-purpose flour. So I'm going to measure out here 4 1/2 cups. And I kind of fluff it about with my measuring cup before I pick it up, and then I just level it off. There's 1. 2. 3. 4, and I'm going to try just to get me out of half here. I'm going to say that's 1/2. I think that's close enough. Okay, there's our flour. And then to that, we've got to add salt and sugar, okay? There's our flour. And we have to add 1/4 cup of sugar. I've got it right here in this big container. We're just going to add 1/4 cup of sugar, right like that. And we add a teaspoon of salt. A teaspoon of salt. Where's a teaspoon? Here's a teaspoon. And here's our salt going in. There we go. Now then, salt and butter and egg goes in over here. All right, so I'm going to take y'all over here to I'll just carry it with me. Here we go, over here to the mixer. Y'all know this drill if you've watched me very often. You know our drill. This may need to set a few more minutes. It's warm. Okay. This needs to set just a few more minutes. I'll be back when it's ready to start adding the rest of our stuff, but it's got to get all good and bubbly. All right, y'all, I just took my whisk here and I whisk up our dry ingredients with it. And then I took it and I whisk up our wet ingredients, or our milk and our yeast. So maybe it'll come together and work. I hope I had that milk warm enough. It feels warm. So we'll see. If not, no worries. We'll get us some more milk, some more yeast, and we'll start again. Okay, y'all, this yeast that I had in here did not bloom. My milk evidently was not warm enough. So I fixed some more whipping cream and milk, and I put it in the microwave. Then I got it too hot and had to let it cool before I could add my yeast. Y'all, this is one of those days that I'm trying to get rolls made for dinner and get you all a video made, and things are just not going my way. But I believe this is going to be okay. So I'm going to go ahead and dump it back in here. I had to wash that. Let me get me a little spatula here. So hopefully this is going to do okay. Did a room temperature egg. So my egg's been sitting in a cup of warm water because I forgot to get it out a little while ago. Can y'all see in this bowl good here? Turn y'all this way. There, how's that? I believe y'all can see better that way. All right, now then, let me get the recipe. Now then, we're going to add our, I believe that's going to bubble up there good. I got my fingers crossed. We're going to go with it. We're going to add our egg, and I always crack it into another bowl here. Make sure I don't get a shell in it. All right, 1 egg. And 4 tablespoons of softened butter. So here's my 4 tablespoons of butter, softened and or melted. All right, now then I'm going to start mixing this. Just a little bit. Just like that. Oh, and y'all see I've got something new on my mixer. Let me raise this up so y'all can see it. See this black thing right here? It will keep that dough from coming up and getting up into here. This part up here. And keep it from getting all this up in here. My other mixer, I never had one of these, but I always thought I need something to keep that. And I found this. I'll put y'all a link to that. I ordered it off of Amazon, and you can get them for the lift mixers as well. This one fits one of the lift mixers here. So you can get both of them. Here's what it is right here. So I'll put y'all a link to that. So let's get this to going. Let me start that mixing, and then we're going to start adding our flour mixture. Just a little bit at a time, right here. Here we go. I'm going to start adding it. Here we go. I love my glass bowl, y'all. And it came from Amazon. I'll put you a link to that one in the bottom description too. So that y'all can get your glass bowl. You can see down in them better. And then of course, if you're videoing like I am here, you all can see in the bowl without me having to stick you up over top of the mixer. Let me add another cup of flour or another scoop. I don't know how much this is. I'm just scooping. Got it on about medium speed here. I'll scrape down those sides. Yes, we do, so we get all that good flour in there. Now it's starting to come together a little bit. Do y'all have your Easter menu figured out yet? Easter's a week away. It is. It's 1 week away, and I've got my Easter menu set. We're going to do a lot of cooking this week. I'm going to get on here with y'all to cook it, and you probably won't see it all before Easter because I won't have it all cooked. So, but after Easter, y'all will be able to see my whole Easter dinner, everything we fixed. We're going to celebrate my mother-in-law's birthday. I won't tell you how old she is because she doesn't like me to do that. It's a secret. But she has had some health issues lately, and we're getting to bring her home this week. So I'm excited about that and getting to have her here for Easter again. Just getting to have her home. I mean, we've missed her. She's the heart and soul of our family. She's the only one of the siblings. She had a brother and a sister. She's the only one left, and she is the baby. So it'll be nice to have her home. And y'all see how this is starting to really make a dough now in this mixer? I hope you can. I have to kind of go around here wherever it stops. See, I made a mess. You know I make a mess. Anytime I get flour out to do anything, I make a mess, don't I? Let's get this to rolling here. Get it. All right, see, it's starting to come away from the sides, so we may not need any more flour. You know, as I've told y'all before, your weather plays a big part in how much flour you need when you're making a bread. I don't believe I'm going to need the rest of that flour. Make sure I got everything in it, the egg, the butter, the milk, the salt, the sugar, the yeast, and the flour. I did. Got it all in there. I'm going to let this knead here for about, what does it say? 2 minutes. So we're going to let this run here for 2 minutes. And just let it, as somebody once said, beat the out of it. I'm going to try to clean up a little bit around here. All right. Okay, I believe that's about got it. What do y'all think? Oh, doesn't that look beautiful? Beautiful dough. Beautiful egg dough. Here we go. All right, now then, we are going to set it in a warm place. I'm going to turn it over so you can see me. Set it in a warm place, which is going to be on top of my stove because I've got the oven on baking some potatoes. Set it in a warm place and let it rise until it doubles in size, okay? So let's give that a shot, and I'm going to set it over here. I'm going to oil it good. Y'all have seen me do that. And Put me some oil on it so it doesn't get sticky. Just a little bit. Pull it up off the bottom. Oil that down in there. There we go. There. Perfect. Ooh, that dough feels good. I like the way that dough feels. All right, I'm going to let that sit here for about an hour, maybe 45 minutes. There's not that much of it. And I'll be back when we're ready to finish up our dinner rolls, okay? Okay, y'all, I punched this down before I got y'all back on here, but it had raised up so pretty. And I've got just a little tiny bit of flour here on this. Let me put that over here. Get it out of the way so y'all can see what we're doing. Scoot you back. There we go. Can y'all see now good? Now, I believe we got you. Okay. And this says it will make 20 rolls. So I'm just going to kind of roll it in a little log like that. Let me grab this thing over here to cut it with. Close it up. They're cooking. All right. We're going to cut in the middle. That's 2. And then we're going to cut in the middle. That's 4. I'm just going to keep cutting my pieces in the middle like this. So I mean, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see.
Oh, gee, mercy.
I'll get you some after a while. This dough feels so warm when it's been sitting on that stove, y'all. How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I got 20. There we go. I'm just going to roll them in a ball just like this. Just like this. Just put them in a little ball. Just like that. I'm going to lay them in this dish right here. I did not butter that dish. Okay? Because we're going to... should do them like Mama did, but my butter's still a little bit hot. But Mama used to always do them like this. Roll them in butter. Then lay them in our thing. Butter's cooled off enough, I think, now. There we go. It's kind of warm. Let's cool it a little bit more. Let's get up here to cool it. Stir, 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 stir. I'll try to cool that off just a little bit. Okay.
We're going to have pasta salad.
Not tonight. We're having a steak, and Mama's making homemade rolls. I'm trying to find the best recipe for Easter. I want to find a good roll recipe for Easter. And if I remember, this is the one like Mama used to make. Andy Bud, can you turn my light back on? See how I just rolled those and dipped those in that butter? Mama always did that. I always rolled them in butter. Oops. It's like a piece of pepper. I was peppering stuff a minute ago. Probably should put them in a smaller pan. That's all right. 1, 2, 3. Gotta let these raise one more time, and that'll be about 30, 40 minutes. We'll let these raise, and then we will put them in our oven at 375 Fahrenheit. I know some of y'all may use Celsius. Everything I give y'all is in Fahrenheit.
5 plates.
3. Okay. Got 5 rows of 4, and that gets us 20 rolls. All my temperatures are in Fahrenheit because we are in the U.S. I know some of y'all are watching from other countries. I have noticed that. Yay! Y'all learning how to cook like we do here in the South. So we're going to let these raise. I'll cover them back up lightly, set them over here on the stove, let them raise, like I said, 30, 45 minutes. And then I'm going to put them in the oven, 375 Fahrenheit. I do not know the Celsius because I'm not that good, y'all. This is just me in the kitchen cooking, right? So let me get this butter washed off my hands here real quick. Okay, y'all, I'm going to set these over here on the stove. I do want to tell y'all something. You all have seen my son in and out of my videos. He's here now. And I've mentioned before, he does have autism. April is Autism Awareness Month. That's enough. And I'm going to try to tell y'all a little bit about autism and raising a child with autism in the videos that I record in the month of April. And this is April 1st, so I'm going to start, okay? The first thing about raising a child with autism, it's the most rewarding thing you can do, and it's also the hardest thing you can do. The roads have not been easy. They've been hard. It's been a struggle at times. And if you have a child with autism, you know someone that has a child with autism, then you know where I'm coming from. They can be a joy at times, and they can be the biggest heartaches you've got. But I'll just kind of start and tell my story and do a little bit every day. So you all need to pick back up and watch every video for the month of April to kind of hear our autism story. He was born a perfect little boy and was diagnosed at age 3. He wasn't talking. And he just cried. If we got in a crowd, he cried. He wanted to run. I couldn't figure out what was wrong. So with some help from some friends and some lovely people at our church, they guided us down the start of the right paths with him. We got him into a special preschool. That was great. We made a lot of lifelong friends in that preschool. But that's where our story begins. He didn't talk until he was 5, and that was on Mother's Day. And he said "my" to me. I will never forget it. That was the best Mother's Day gift I could have ever gotten, was when he was 5 years old and he looked at me and called me "my." Okay? I'll never forget that. It was just the most wonderful thing in the world to hear my little boy that I had had for 5 years call me "my." So bless you. Before I get too emotional over this story, because I will, I'll stop with that one for now, and I'll pick back up in our next video for the month of April, okay? So I'll put these over here and let them raise, and after they bake, we'll come back and butter us up one and eat us a good dinner roll, okay? See you all in a little bit. Okay, y'all, here's our rolls. I'm getting ready to put them in the oven. Do y'all see how pretty they've risen up real pretty there? I'm going to pop them in the oven for about 15 to 18 minutes, get them out, and then we're going to taste them, okay? I'll see y'all back in just a few minutes. Okay, I'm going to get these rolls out of the oven. I believe they're done. They look done. They kind of spread out rather than up. But we're going to see how they taste. Let me give us a knife and a little bit of butter. I've got some right here that's already melted. Y'all can probably see my dishwasher's open and everything because I've been, wow, let me move y'all back and turn you down just a little bit so you can see my roll here. Got that right there I cooked up earlier. Oh, I'm just going to dip that in that melted butter. Oh my goodness. It's falling apart on me, y'all. Let me get a fork. Maybe I can eat it with a fork. What do you think? Put some of that butter on this one. That is a good, very tender roll. Wonderful flavor. And I should have put them in the smaller pans so they would have gone up. You know, if you put your bread together, it can't rise out. It has to rise up, right? So that's going to be all for this one. Remember, like, share, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. You'll want to do that because I started a story and you all want to hear the rest of my story. It's going to run through the month of April because April is Autism Awareness Month. And I'm just going to share some stories about our life raising a child with autism. So you all will definitely not want to miss that. So that's going to be all for this one. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now.